Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Compact Claustrophobia. I have not done really anything at all in between episodes other than AFK a little bit, and we have accumulated a little bit of poop. As far as poop is concerned, it is slowly going up. We're almost at 60,000, and eventually we're gonna get 100,000 and we can just claim it in the questing book, so that should be fine. The diamonds, on the other hand, are a little bit tricky. We are a quarter of the way there in terms of diamond nuggets. I kind of did the math here on the sign, so we know. And the problem that I have is I cannot convert these into regular diamonds with the high impact compactor because we're not producing enough power. So the solution to that would be either another fusion reactor or a better fission reactor, but I think a fusion reactor is going to be easier to set up, and I'm wondering if I can set it up in here. So what we would need to probably do, since I have the refined storage cable coming in here on the bottom, we can probably try, we can input from the middle, I believe, as well, or from the top, I should say. So what we can probably do is we can put another fusion reactor right up here on the ceiling. We can run the refined storage cable here in the middle, so we can export the right items in and out of both of the reactors. And then we can pump the items out either down the bottom here, and we can run the cable on the side to the bottom, or we can just pump everything out in the middle here. I think that would work. The main thing that I would need to do is firstly remove these to just get a little bit of space. And the high impact compactor doesn't need to be a thing right now, so we can just plop you somewhere where we're not gonna forget about it. There we go in the corner, that should be fine. This power was just for the high impact compactor, so that is not necessary. We need it for the sides of the electromagnets though, so let me make another fusion core, which I have in here. So let's put you right in the middle. Can I not click you on the thing? Can I click you there? Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. Bam, bam, bam. If I click you here, one more high. That makes a whole bunch of particles. So one higher, boom. Okay, and then we're gonna grab ourselves the electromagnets. And I'm thinking, since we have 50,000 RF, this requires 200 RF to stay active. I think we can run a maximum sized toroid thing, and I'm gonna make these transparent as well, just so we can see the whole power thing. So we just need this and glass, I believe, to make the transparent ones. I think I'm gonna need more than this, but I'm gonna assemble the biggest possible toroid of this, which I believe is toroid 4. We could go outside and set one up outside, but I kind of want to keep everything in compact machines. I don't really want to build too much in the overworld. So we just need to go like this all around and assemble a biggest possible fusion reactor. I have the full fusion reactor assembled, and I think I have everything that needs to be extracted, inserted, and all of that good stuff. This is going to do molten lithium 6 and molten lithium 6. And if we just add one cryostabilized flux duct right here, we should see the temperature rise semi-significantly. It's going to use up all the power from this. I hope it still keeps up all of the electromagnets, but eventually this guy should power up to 8,000 kilokelvin. And I'm struggling to get the active cooling to the right spot because the temperature keeps changing and it's really weird, but we're gonna get it to 80,000 kilokelvin, and then I think it should stabilize to see what the active cooling rate is. The reactor is up and running, and I managed to get the cooling to 5,000 Kelvin per tick, which is 100%. So eventually this reactor should be stabilized, and we can tweak the cables around a little bit later, because we don't really need to provide power to this reactor through the middle, for example. We can only power the electromagnets, but eventually this guy will probably be enough to power itself. I'm still gonna keep probably the power on the bottom here for all of the electromagnets, but everything else should be fine. And we can set up a cube here on top, and this is gonna be where we're gonna put our high impact compactor. I'm gonna have to go tweak the tunnel for the power here on the back. Hello, fly, thank you. So you are set to down. So we're gonna set this guy up so that it hooks up to the You know, we could put it directly on the fusion core, but we're gonna do that just so it's on the cryostabilized flux ducts. That should be good. And if we just possibly replace this duct with that, eventually we should have enough power coming in from this reactor to power the high impact compactor. For the time being, the temperature has to rise quite a bit to get to the working temperature of the fluids, which is here 130 or 13,723 megakelvin, I would assume. So that will take a moment. And in the meantime, we're gonna tackle another solution for our diamonds. Let me just grab a cover that I just noticed. Boom. We can use the excavator from Immersive Engineering to excavate diamonds directly. And we can then, I believe, just turn diamonds into diamond blocks. We don't need the high impact compactor for that. But we're at 10,000 diamond nuggets. That's neat. All right, we'll see if we even need this, depending on how fast the excavator is, but we have it kind of as a backup at least. So I will gather all of the materials that I need for the excavator, which you can see right here. It is a two-part structure, so we need one of these drilled things, and we need the main machine, and I will set them up outside. I still need to figure out if we can transfer power outside of the compact machine, but I think we can. So we got this assembled, but I totally didn't realize that we need to make a core drill to sample up the ores. So we need to find a coal vein, and once we get that, we have a chance of getting diamonds and emerald ore as well. So we need to make this core sample drill, which I believe is just a crafting recipe. Core sample drill. I'll take you, and I'm going to take a signalum power cell, because we have those, and we can just run it with this. We can recharge the cell if we need to with our thing. But if we put this guy here, give you power on the back. Of course, that's the back. Possibly this. Nope. Okay, power on all sides. There you go. You should get power now. Okay, so that's gonna do its thing. I think it takes like 200 ticks or something to do the core sampling. And then we should get an item, I think. Did you do your thing, or how do you work? There we go, core sample. No mineral, no fluid reservoir overrolled. Sample taken 0 minutes ago. Okay, so we need to take this guy and move him into different chunks, and we need to test until we can find a coal vein. So I'm gonna do this for a bit and see if we can get a good chunk. I realize that I'm a dum-dum and I don't need to stick this in the overworld. The compact machines work as chunks anyway, so I found a coal vein chunk in a compact machine. So we're gonna take one of these guys down here on the side, and we're gonna add you right here. We're gonna say on the sign, excavator. Done. Okay, so we can head on in and we can set up the excavator here. We can give it power. We can import the items that it's going to get, and that should be good. And there we go. We have it assembled. We're going to grab some tunnels here, and we're going to put one right here for the power. That should be on the up, and we can then just cryo flux ducts like so. I think the one should just do its thing. Yeah. And hopefully this works. I'm not sure if it's gonna. It is a diamond vein. It is spinning, it's doing its thing, but eventually we should see. Oh yeah, there's ores coming in. Yep, there's coal, and it should poop out coal ore. Okay, cool. Oh, that makes diamond ore. Hold on, diamond ores. We can flux anodizers to get 2. We can do tectonic petroleum to get 3. Can we even get petroleum dust? Basalt rods? I don't think we can. Oh, we can. We can make basalt powder with pulverized obsidian and essence of knowledge. That could be totally a thing. Can I put a box here? Are you gonna input into the box? You are. Cool. What I'm actually gonna do, we're gonna grab 3 caches, because that makes 3 ores, right? So we can put them kind of like this, and we can grab some ducts. Just regular item ducts should do. Oh yeah, this doesn't output to a conduit directly, so we're gonna put it into a strong box. We're gonna do this like so, and then we're gonna do a servo on there, and that should extract the coal into the middle, and then once we get diamonds and emeralds, it should get extracted into there. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have a tunnel here with the cable, and we're gonna add external storages on top. I'm gonna flip these into the wall and this one down. Are you gonna show? You do show. Okay, cool. So yeah, that is basically the automatic production of diamonds, emeralds, and coal. It's a very, very small chance that we get diamond ore, but we are gonna get diamonds out of it. I see your first diamonds coming in. You can see them, look. Haha, diamond ore? Yeah, awesome. Cool, we can flip you downwards. There we go. And eventually we should get emerald as well, so we can lock the cache as well. And I'm also gonna toss 3 kits on it, just because we can, you know, Enderium and stuff. While we wait, I'm gonna clean up the compact machines that are full, because I wanna get it ready for a world download that is gonna be actually this episode, because it is the 20th episode. So everything needs to look clean and neat for the world download. I am gonna have another world download when we finish the pack. So that will be probably in a couple of episodes, I think. So because we're getting close to the end of the pack, I do have a question for you. What do you want to see me play next? Because I need ideas for mod packs. I was looking at possibly Enigmatic 6, which is a pack in 1.16. So that could be a thing. But if you have any ideas, please do let me know in the comments down below. I am cleaning up the electrolyzer room, and I realized that I don't need to control the exporters here for water. I can control the electrolyzers directly because I have a space here in the middle, and I can then cover everything up and it looks even cleaner then. So I have a redstone relay here detecting an input and then 2 outputs here, and I switched this over for an AND gate. So when we get a signal on both of these, this is going to turn off the electrolyzers. I previously had an AND gate, but it needs to flip over. So I set the oxygen to be 450,000, so we get a little bit more stored now that we have the resonant portable tanks. And we can now simply cover this up like so, and it is a clean looking room as soon as we add another cover right here and not the hollow variety. Bam. Clean. Complete. Nice. I have also, in between episodes, cleaned up the ender pearl room. You can't really see the control below, but I basically did the exact same thing that we have in this guy, where we're making the large compact machines, these guys. So I cleaned that up. I still need to clean up the compact walls. We can tear down the top part and we can just set up the same thing that we did here, basically for making the compact walls. The top we use to make the normal compact machines, but we don't need that anymore. We pretty much don't need this anymore as soon as we get a bit of diamonds, because we can use the machine. We can make these giant compact machines with the 5x5 miniaturization, but I don't think we're really gonna need any more compact machines. I don't think, so it should be fine. And since we don't really care about bedrock chunks anymore, I'm gonna replace this with diamond ore so we can actually see how many we have in the system, and we have a total of 8 so far. I am in the process of cleaning up our rock crush room, and I noticed we have 2 spots left, and that would be enough to make the tectonic petroleum. We need 1 melter to melt the petroleum dust, and the other part that we need to make is the basalt powder, which is the fluid transposer with essence of knowledge, crushed obsidian or pulverized obsidian to make basalt powder. And we have corner spots open so we can do the whole 2 excavator thing, and we can set it up over here. I am thinking though that I'm gonna move this crystallizer over to the side here, or just over to this side, I think. And then we can set up the tank here so it's kind of symmetrical, and the other one to make the basalt powder over here. And there we go. I have it all set up. We are detecting for 1,000 of the basalt powder and exporting pulverized obsidian and essence of knowledge, and that is making the basalt powder that goes into here. As soon as we get 2, they automatically get auto-crafted into petroleum dust, which is exported into the melter here, that then melts it into tectonic petroleum. And I have it set to 100 buckets as we do normally. So now I'm going to cover up the rest of this room, make it look nice and pretty, and we can set up the diamond processing, probably just in the excavator room right next to the diamond cache. I just realized that I wanted to have the tank there for symmetry, and I put it over there. Well, let me switch this around. And fixed up. There we go. And to fully automate the diamond production, we're going to do 2 extra things. I need a little bit of more caches here on the side. But what we basically have is the pulverizer with tectonic petroleum, inputting on the left, outputting on the right. It's pulling the diamond ore as soon as it comes in, gets put into this cache to make diamonds. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a detector here and a servo. I'm actually going to grab 2 and 2 detectors. So if we set up the servo here to be active with redstone signal high, we can put a detector here, say 9 diamonds. Oh, I do have them in the system, so it should be fine. 9 diamonds, like so. And we can set this to emit signal when we're on 500 diamond blocks, or when we're above 500 diamond blocks, right? No, when we're under 500 diamond blocks. So that should extract the diamonds out of this cache, right? As soon as we do, no, redstone high. Oh yeah, input. There we go. And if we do output on the right, that should put diamond blocks in here, and it should store 500, and we can do an external storage on top with just a cable hooked into it, like so. And if we automate the production of diamonds from our high impact compactor, we can store them directly into here and they will get crafted into blocks of diamonds. The only thing that we need to do is bring in the flux ducts like so. We can disable that. They don't need to be item ducts, but I have them on hand, so it should be fine. Like that. I'm gonna do the same thing for the emeralds off camera, but that is pretty much automated diamond blocks, and we have a total of 6, which is amazing. So only, what, 494 to go? Plus the 10,000 diamond ingots that we have that we can sort out next, hopefully. Our reactor is currently at 14% efficiency and it's producing 47,000 RF per tick, and it's slowly rising up. And what we can probably do is we can hook this in, and can I remove the tunnel still? I can. There we go, the tunnel's gone and it's gonna start depowering the electromagnets, but if we do this, that should keep up with the power for all of the electromagnets on that side. And we can do the same thing on the other, hook it up like so. Oh, that. And then we can remove the tunnel on the side, so we don't need the power from the outside anymore. And we're only using the inside power, or the outside power, I should say, to power the bottom part of the reactor. And what we can actually do is just on the down. We can do that, down, cryo-stabilized flux duct. Boom, we don't need that. We can do just that. And we can remove all of these that are unnecessary for the time being. And we can add in walls like so to cover it up. Boom. All right, that should be good. We also don't need the ladder here because we can fly. Right, so that is still working fine. You're powering up the electromagnets from here, and you're powering the top electromagnets on all sides, pretty much. So that should be good. I'm thinking we can get rid of all of these if we run the power to all 4 sides. So if we, for example, grab our cryo-stabilized flux ducts and we run them all the way over to here. Oh yeah, not gonna happen. Anyway, I wanted to run them all the way to the other ones as well, but we have the coolers there, so that's all good. Right, so then for this guy, we somehow need to bring the power cable possibly closer to this, or we can just do another tunnel somewhere here on the side. Actually, we freed up 2 spots for tunnels, right? We can put a tunnel here that's gonna be on one side. So let's come in here. On the down, we have the power that's coming in, and on that we have the cable. So these 2 don't really need to be power. You just need to hook up to power like this. Or actually, we're just gonna do this for power, right? And it's gonna go on the north side. So if we jump down here real fast, remove this guy, and set this on north, boom, we should be fine. And we're still powering all of the electromagnets nicely, cool. So then we can grab ourselves some cable and hook it into here and here. So that will hook up to the inside of the compact machine. And we can then, we fly up here, use these for an exporter and an importer. So we're gonna export and import all of the nice things that we need. I hope this works directly, we'll see. So if we grab diamond nuggets, if not, we'll just export to a strongbox and do that. But if we do that, are you doing your thing? You're missing a structure. Why are you missing structure? Okay, I'll check out what's going on with the high impact compactor. I might just have to break and replace this guy for it to detect that it's a full structure, but we'll see. We have to do the whole strongbox thing with an item duct on both ends so we can import and export, but we're currently having the issue of not having enough power because these superconducting electromagnets are not powered. We need 1000 RF per tick per each one of them, and they should get powered eventually once the reactor makes more and more power and once it gets to a higher efficiency. So eventually this guy should start working and producing diamonds, which are then going to go to the other machine and get compressed into diamond blocks. And we don't need to check for diamond ore, we can put it here for diamond blocks. And also, since we're using poop, right, and not diamond nuggets, we can do poop here. I am going to be sitting here AFK in my compact machine to automatically produce diamonds and the poop, and I'm probably not going to produce 500 diamond blocks in between episodes, but we still have Galacticraft to do, so that's going to still take some time, and we can in the meantime produce diamonds, and hopefully by the time we end the series we're going to have the diamonds completed. And with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash the like button. You can also subscribe to see when new videos go live. You can support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.